Namaskar and welcome. So this week our phrase is simplify, beautify, magnify, identify. And this is a phrase that helps you keep in mind some key points when you're doing meditation. And if you keep them in mind, it will help you get the most out of your meditation, especially the final part. So in Ananda Marga, a form of meditation, we use a mantra. And the mantra is a very useful tool that helps you it gives you a point of focus, something that you can keep returning to. If you say it with your breath, as you repeat the mantra with the breath, it introduces a kind of a rhythmic flow that is very helpful for concentration. As you repeat the mantra with the breath, and your mind is following that rhythm, then that rhythm is absorbed and is translated into your mental rhythm also. Then there is the sound of the mantra. So the sound of the mantra is designed to awaken your consciousness. So I like to refer to Harry Potter, who utilizes the power of sound with his spells. So that's the idea, basically, and the yogis understood that thousands of years ago, that certain combinations of sounds have different effects. And a spiritual mantra the effect of it is to awaken your consciousness. And finally, we have the meaning of the mantra. So if the mantra has an expanding, unifying, beautiful meaning, then as we focus on that meaning, we activate that key principle that you become what you focus on, or you become what you think. So the mantra that we use for chanting and also for our introductory levels of meditation in Ananda Marga is Baba Nam Kevalam. Baba Nam Kevalam. The literal meaning of that, Baba means beloved, and the beloved refers to the divine, the infinite, the eternal. Nam means name, and Kevalam means only. So the spirit of the mantra is, in my mind I have only one thing, one focus, the name of my beloved. But it also has another kind of philosophical meaning, and that is that instead of a reality composed of thousands of names, on the deeper level there is only the divine, so there is only one name. So that not only the focus of my intention, but also the shifting of my view from the external multiplicity to the internal unity and oneness. Only the name of the beloved, that is the deeper nature of reality. It is all the divine play. So that is that's the literal meaning. Sometimes I use a simpler meaning in my meditation classes, because for people new to meditation, that's a little bit much sometimes to bite off and chew. So I use only love everywhere. I find that's a little bit easier to grasp, and in essence it has the same meaning. So only love everywhere. And I'm going to relate those three words with simplify, beautify, magnify, and then I'll add one more, identify. So the first one, only, Kevalam means only. So that's related to simplify. Peace comes from simplicity. If you have only one thing If you're thinking about only one thing, you can find peace. The moment you think about two things, well, the peace is leaving. And when that increases to more, then peace is quickly gone. So simplicity, simplify. We think about only one thing in meditation. And the second word is beautify. Right? So only love everywhere. So we're only thinking about one thing, and that one thing is love. It's beautiful. Universal love. So this is our object that we keep returning to as we focus on this idea of universal love. We activate the principle that we become what we focus on. So as we focus more and more deeply into that thought of love, immediately there's this process, or our consciousness begins to try to reformulate itself or reshape itself as love. And by doing that consistently, it's a very powerful transformational tool. And one morning we'll wake up and we just feel, I am love. And every time we do it, we feel a little bit more love than what we were before. So, beautify, love, focus on love. And the third word is magnify. So this relates to the use of the word everywhere in the meaning. So only love everywhere. So simplify, beautify, and then take that simplicity and beauty and apply it everywhere. Magnify it as big as you can. So here, when we magnify the idea, we introduce transcendence in a way. So we can go beyond time and place and person and all the dualities when we take an idea and we apply it inside, outside, everywhere, past, present, and future. So there's a difference between the past, the present, and the future only if there's something different in those places. But if in the past there is love, in the present there is love, and in the future there is only love, then past, present, and future become meaningless because they're always the same. So I know that there is a difference in time because I see that my beard has grown longer, or something has changed. But if nothing has changed, then time becomes meaningless. So by applying this idea of everywhere, universal love everywhere, in time and in space, we transcend time and space. Similarly, if I go from here to there, I have a sense of space because it's different here than it is there. But if I get in a train and it's exactly the same when I get out of it, then there is no space. So this is very important practice to really try your best to apply that idea of everywhere. And I like the idea of thinking of applying the meaning of the mantra much as we would apply paint. All right. So let's say there's some ugly graffiti on a wall, and you take a bucket of paint and you paint this clean white paint all over it and just smooth it out, and it's gone. Right? So similarly, we face a world full of confusing, limiting, and disturbing dualities, both when we look inside and when we look outside. Take that pure brush of universal love and paint it all over. And you can do that. I like doing it also, syncing it with the rhythm of my breath. So inhale, exhale, just applying that idea. So as we apply, we have different directions. We can apply it internally. So we look inside and we apply that brush of universal love on all my doubts and confusions and good points and bad points and paint it all over with love. So whatever I see inside myself is universal love. And then we can apply it to the universe and the sense of the reality around us, and cover over all the dualities. And what we're doing here is we're not ignoring reality. We're looking at the roots of reality rather than the surface of reality. Okay, so fundamentally everything is one. We're focusing on that fundamental. So, and here we can expand also. So we can imagine applying this idea of universal love and just keep going out into deep space and beyond, and realize that, there is no ending to that. You're thinking of something limitless, that this universal love really is borderless. So have a little fun exploring that borderlessness. How far does it go? And just enjoy that sense of an ever expanding reality. So as we do that, as we explore that ever expanding universal love and enjoy and try to get some sense of the limitlessness of it, it gives a sense of freedom and expansion to the mind, and it causes our consciousness to expand. And potentially that expansion is limitless. So try it. So magnify, simplify, only, beautify, love, magnify everywhere. And don't forget time. So it's not just huge, but it's huge in the sense that it was there in the beginning, it's there now, and will always be there. So apply that idea and imagine, you're sitting in the middle of eternity as well. So, we feel a little bit insecure if we have a beautiful idea, but we know it will end in 10 seconds. But if we know that this idea is eternal, it's always there, it is the fundamental eternal nature of everything, then that gives this power and security and indestructibility to that feeling. And then finally we come to the last word, which is not included in the mantra, but it's an effort that we need to make all the same, and that is identify. So we've created this view, this deeper view of reality, but we have to be careful that it's not just, okay, there it is, that's interesting, and now I go back to how I usually am. We have to try it on and identify with it and explore the possibility that actually maybe this infinite eternal reality is the real me, and the back to reality me is just a little bubble that has no permanent value or existence, right? So come back to that idea, and I lean into it, this idea of, only love everywhere. And then really, just as you would put on a jacket, put it on, inhabit it, be it, and, what if this, what would it be like if I could be this all the time, if I am this all the time? So that effort really awakens the sense of possibility, right? So that it makes the possibility of enlightenment, permanent enlightenment, something more real. Whereas if we see that as, just some temporary phenomena in meditation, it never becomes a sense of real possibility for myself. So there they are, the 4 verbs to think about in the stage of your meditation when you are repeating the mantra and visualizing the idea of it. Simplify, beautify, magnify, and finally identify. Thank you very much. I hope you find that useful, and have a great week.